Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks at TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about the positive way to success. I was in a store last week, and I go in there a lot, and the cashier, said to me, "It's good to see you." And they said, "No, I really mean it's really good to see you because you're one of the few customers who's always in a good mood." But it got me thinking, how many people is this individual seeing who is not that pleasant and good mood, high vibration person? Because see, this translates over into your business life. Many people are wondering why they're not getting the raises, not getting the promotions, not getting the contracts or whatever it may be, and yet they don't have a pleasing personality. This is one of those things that's very basic, and all the self-help books talk about this, but it is overlooked by very many people. When you are not a high vibration person, a person who is positive, and your outlook is one of positivity, it reflects in how you interact with people each and every day. Now, this person sees me almost every day, but they always see me in a good mood because that's really how I am. I'm not putting on a show for people at this place. And yet, see, this naturally is coming and flowing out of me because I am a positive person. This even shows in things like your handwriting. Little simple things like your handwriting. There's little things like a person who writes upward. So the way you write, it kind of goes upward. Your letters and your words tend to curve more upward. It's generally because you have a more positive and upbeat mentality. And that is a physical manifestation of what's going on inside of you. And also on the opposite end, when you write and it curves downward, it's more likely to mean that you are a more negative or pessimistic person. And it's interesting because I went back and looked at some of my handwriting in my journals and things for years. All of it is going upward. It's constantly that way because that's legitimately my mindset is positive and upbeat and uplifting and wanting to edify others and be edified myself. Many people are wanting to have a better life. They're wanting to have jobs and careers and promotions and things and people to work with them. And yet the vibration they're sending out is one of negativity. It's one of anger. It's one of frustration. It's one of, oh, everything's wrong in the world. Listen, people, even if they agree with you, don't want to do business with people who are going to drag them down. They may not even know why they don't want to do business with you, but they're going to sense it, that there's something not here, or there's something here that I don't want to do business with. And the thing that's not there is the positivity. That upbeat mentality is looking for the best and will find the best. Where that negative person is going to drag out the worst and find the worst wherever it can be found. And shun the best. And shun those positive and good uplifting things because they're always expecting the worst to come into their lives. And that's exactly what they get because according to their faith, be it unto them. But that shouldn't be you, my friend. You should be that person. The people who see you regularly know that you are in a good mood, that you're always upbeat, that you're always in that high vibration mentality. But I want to show you how to do that though. Because I know it's easy to say that, but how do you actually do that? Well, one of the things is to really be on guard and be in control and be master over your thoughts. And you may say, well, I can't help what thoughts come into my mind. Well, certainly you can't to a certain extent, but you can start to gain control over what thoughts pop into your mind. See, everyone talks about, well, these things just pop into my mind. I don't have any control over them, but they're not taking control over the reason why those negative thoughts, those thoughts of depression, those thoughts of doubt, those thoughts of unbelief pop into their minds in the first place is because they haven't renewed their mind. So they are drawing from a database, so to speak, of negativity, of doubt, of unbelief, of lack of faith, of this can't work out, or here's 1,000 reasons why this won't work out. Instead of drawing from a database where the thoughts that pop in your head are thoughts of positivity, thoughts of good report, thoughts of things that are just, thoughts of things that are lovely, thoughts of things that are worthy of your concentration. This is one of the reasons why I made my book 600 Wealth, Prosperity, and Abundance Affirmations and made it into an audiobook, is because this helps renew your mind. Affirmations aren't magic. They're not incantations. But what they do is they slowly but surely reprogram your database, so to speak. And I'm using that as a way of understanding it. But then, when you have thoughts randomly, seemingly randomly, pop into your head, instead of it drawing from a database of negativity, it's drawing from a database of positivity. Things about why you can, things about the goodness of God, things about God's grace, things about why you can do more and you can do all things through Christ. Instead of, well, my father didn't do that, or my mother, she always had this problem, or I was not a morning person, or, well, this weather comes in and I get sick, or, it's time for flu season, or all these things that people literally talk themselves into the thing they don't want. Part of that is because the focus is on the things that you don't want. And so you thus are sowing those seeds and reaping the harvest. You're sowing and reaping those things you don't want. You're attracting more of those via the law of attraction. That's one of the reasons why I wrote the book, God's Secret Law of Attraction, to show believers how to use the law of attraction to work for you instead of against you, because it's always working, but so often people are using it against themselves, and it's always been taught to work against you. You're going in school, in your household, as a kid, you're being taught these things to work against you. You're being taught things as a joke that are pessimistic, and they draw you back. You're being taught to shrink back. Well, things are too hard, you might as well give up. And you're always being taught these methods and practices that will keep you from your best. And this is one of the reasons why I stress success. It's not about success. It's about being the best you possibly can. Now, I don't know what that is for you as an individual, and it doesn't even matter. It's about being your best. Maybe there's a million other people better than you. Maybe there's only one. It doesn't even matter. It's about being your best, whatever the best is for you. But I know from being around and talking to people and coaching people that the vast majority of people, and we're talking about 99.9% of them, are not living anywhere near their full potential. They constantly shrink back. They have told themselves that they can only live a certain way. They can only do a certain amount. And they've literally talked themselves into failure and mediocrity. And it doesn't have to be, and it is not some limitation they have naturally on them. It is a self-imposed limitation. And for many people, it means that they're operating at 10 or 20% of their full potential. And I know for many people that would be shocking. Well, but I'm so tired each day. How can I be working only 10, 20% of my potential? There's no way I could do more. Well, see, here's the thing. First thing, you believe that, so you've already set up that boundary that this is the best you can do, which isn't true. But secondly, the results you're getting are not correlated necessarily with the effort you're putting forth. Sometimes you're putting forth more effort because you've limited yourself from all the options you have to get the same work done in even less time or with even less effort. Oftentimes it's because people are doing things they shouldn't even be doing. They're busy straightening the papers each day or filing things away and getting things all organized that they think's going to get some big results, and it does nothing for the big results. They've done studies and show that when papers are just shoved in a pile and not organized and not filed away, it oftentimes saves more time if those are papers that are commonly accessed. Just grabbing them off of a pile or going through a few pieces of paper and finding them in a pile is better and saves more time and is more organized than having it actually put away in files all nice and neat. Now, I know for many people that will completely blow up in their minds. They can't even imagine that. But they've shown actually that actually is more productive, more efficient in many cases. I'm not telling you to throw your papers everywhere and be all disorganized. But the point is, many people are wasting their time on these things that seem like they're effort, seem like they're going to get some results, or you're doing something, you're doing busy work, but it's not stuff that's actually going to get you results. It's just stuff that's filling up your time until your day's over with. And meanwhile, it's not getting you the results that you want. Now, that being said, I want to go back to my original point, which was about being the positive, upbeat person. See, you're doing all these trivialities and these things because you don't believe you can do more. You don't believe in taking the chances and the risks that will get you better results because you don't believe you have the capability to do it. And I'm telling you, it's not true. When you adopt the positive mentality, the mentality that looks for the good, looks for the things that are good report, things that are praiseworthy, the things that are virtuous, when you start having that mentality, that permeates every single aspect of your life, including it up to the point to where people you're dealing with each day notice it and they make a point about that. Wow, like that man said to me, you're one of the few customers who's always in a good mood. And he is 100% correct, because I am. Not because there's never anything negative that occurs, but because I'm looking for the positive and I'm getting the positive. So when there's something that looks like it's going negative, it's going to work out in my favor. It's going to be great, and everything's going to always work out great because I'm constantly looking at it in that way. And that's what happens. But when you're sowing those negative seeds and you're believing for the worst and you're looking for the worst, you get involved in trivialities, organizing papers and things like this. You get involved doing all these little things instead of doing the big things because you don't believe that you can do it. You don't have the confidence and the positive mindset that will bring about the big results that you can get in life. And you're going to constantly be hindered and held back and kept from being your best. And that's no way to live, my friend. I encourage you today to start changing your mentality. And I want to encourage you via this one book I wrote, which is the 7-Day Positivity Diet. It's a very short little booklet, but if you'll read it and take action on it, you will see your life change dramatically. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.